Okay, today we're looking at what I call milk and honey, and we start with a song. We are able to go up and take the country and possess the land from Jordan to the sea. Though the giants may be on our way to win down, God has given us the victory. Of course, this is a song about the promised land. But of course, our promised land is not physical, like in the case of the Israelites, it's actually heaven. But we have lots of things that we can actually learn from the account of the possession of the promised land. Of course, we know that milk and honey is actually the way in which the land was described, a land flowing with milk and honey. But let's look at Deuteronomy chapter 11, verse 10. For the land which you go to possess is not like the land of Egypt from which you have come, where you sowed your seed and watered it by foot as a vegetable garden. So there's a contrast here between the land of Egypt, where the Israelites were slaves, to the land that God had promised. And if you look at the land of Egypt, it's actually a correct description. The Nile, agriculture depended a lot on the Nile, and the Nile will flood, and the land, and then they were able to do a lot of, irrigation, man-made, human irrigation, so that they can actually have a bumper harvest. But this is very different from the land that they were going to possess, which was the land of Canaan. This was a mountainous land, lots of rain, and so it was a very fertile land. And so you didn't need, those kinds of artificial irrigation to be able to have a bumper harvest. But of course, this was also very dependent on, the behavior of the Israelites. As long as they remained faithful to God, they did not worship, false gods, the land will continue to bring forth. But the moment they start having those kinds of issues in which they abandon the Lord, then there will be problems. And so this is actually, what God has also said before us on our journey to the promised land, which is heaven. As long as we continue to keep the faith, the land will bring forth. We don't want to even, consider the reverse, the opposite, because it's not even worth it. So let's keep the faith so that we can possess our possession.